Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome back to Progressive Web Application Tutorials. This is Ali Raza. Today I am going to tell you about caching the resources inside our application. So let's start and have a look what we have today. In the previous lecture I have demonstrated these things that were the install event and the activated event and the fetch event. These were the life cycle that is running at the back end when we are dealing with the service workers. Okay, so today I am going to store my request things that I have requested from the server, and when the response came back I have to store those responses into the cache on my browser. So how can I do that? Let me show you this. So where I should write the code soon, where when the install event gets fired, we have to specify the cache code. Okay, so for that purpose we have to write here caches. Okay, so that's the place where we can, with the help of this, we can be able to access our cache. So caches.open. So where I have to which cache I have to open. So I have to give your name, let's say my cache. You can specify any name. If the cache already exists, then it will simply add the other details or the files or the resources, and if the cache does not exist in the browser, so it will simply create that. Simple. So caches.open. When it opens, then that's a promise, because that's returning a promise. Promise is a syntax that gives us a chaining methodology to execute functions based on the returning answers. So when the cache when my cache is created, then what we have to do, then we have to do this: come inside and create a parameter, let's say cache. This is any name you can specify, C or A or B, whatever. So I'm giving here a name cache, and then goes to, and then curly brackets, and then come inside. So I have created a callback function here that is returning cache. Now what I wanted to do, I wanted to create I wanted to add my files inside that. So there are two functions, that is add and add all. So you can add your files. What are your files? What are your resources that you have requested? That is basically the jQueries or the images or the pages that you have, and so on. Okay, so instead of adding one by one, we can have an add all method, and we have to pass it an array. So how can we pass an array? Let's create first an array at the top here at this point. So let's create a const and a variable, let's say cache or my files. Let's say my files equals to square brackets semicolon, come inside. Now here I have to put everything. So the first thing that I wanted to cache here is the /. That means the root directory or the root folder. The second thing that I'm going to specify here is, you see inside the left hand side in the Explorer, my home.html, that is inside my root directory. So I can write here home.html. Similarly, I have to specify all the jQueries, all the necessary things. So basically these are the things that must be loaded when our page when our application is offline. So we have to put all these things inside the cache, and then we need to add, let's go back to the home, and we need to get this link also. So let's copy this link. That's my materialize.min. So let's go back to the JS and paste it here. So simply all we need to add all the references inside our application. You can see these are my fonts. So that's one time I am going to access. Okay, and then we have the other things like jQuery. So let's copy this all and come here and paste. So single quotes, comma, and paste. So that's my jQuery CDN, and then I have to specify the materialize jQuery. So copy and come here and paste. So guys, I hope you are getting my point, what I'm trying to do. So basically I am creating an array where I am placing all my required files. Okay, so these are the images, icons. So I have to specify those as well. So images / and then simply copy this name rename and then copy and then paste it here. Okay, .png. So all the resources that you have to add it inside this. So after 180 we have 192 and 192, and then we have 512 into 512. So these are my icons. Okay, inside the images folder we have the other things like abc.js. So let's try to add that as well. So / script, make sure that you have specified the path correctly. So script, the folder name is scripts, and then we have the file that is abc.js where our service worker is code, installation code is written. Okay, so these are my some basic files that I require. If you have other, then you can do the same as well. Now the thing is, let's come back here and pass this my files. That's it. So what will happen when the install event occurs? This will create a new cache inside the browser and then add all the files that we have received inside this. Okay, so but the problem is the install event is an asynchronous event. That means it automatically finished without the, let's say if we have 100 and 200 files, then so in order to make our operation wait, we have to specify a function. Let me show you that. That is evt, that is our event dot wait until round brackets open close semicolon. So this event will execute it irrespective of this, because whether this is finished or not, this event is completely fired. So I have to stop this event till this cache operation completes. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll simply remove this code, that is the caches, and put it inside the wait until method. So what I have done, the install event will wait for the cache to add all the files and then it will complete. Simple as that. So wait until event. I hope it is clear to everyone. Now let's save this and let's go and check what's the output. Right click and open with live server. Right guys, so you see here I have this, and then just go to the inspect and go to the console. Okay, so you see here fetch event, fetch details, these are the things. And one thing that I must show you is the cache, and you see my cache is there and all the files that I have specified, you see it is loaded, the page is loaded, everything. Okay, you see everything that you have written here or you have specified. So you have created a cache. I hope it is clear to everyone. Right, so that's all for today. Hope you have learned how to add your files inside the cache via your service worker with the help of the caches and the add all method. So do try this by yourself and try to add your resources inside your cache, and then we'll continue in the next lecture. Thank you so much. Take care. Allah Hafiz.